Hello engineers, welcome to another section of our AutoCAD tutorial series. Today we'll be concluding the AutoCAD interface. In our last class, we stopped at the property panels of our home menu or home tab. Today we'll be starting our lesson from the layer panel. The first thing here is the layer property. What layer property means is the control panel for our layers. By clicking on it, it opens my layers property manager. Here is where all our layers are to be controlled. Because this is an entirely new project, I'm having only a single layer here, which is our layer 0. But let's open another project. Control O. I'm opening our sample project now. So by clicking the layer properties here, I'm having plethora layers. Layers in AutoCAD simply means identity data. As in Revit, we have objects which are in families. As I'm having this furniture, I'm having this. All these objects to AutoCAD are just lines. But for the software to assimilate the contents of your drawing and to section your drawing into specific groups and families, that's where we are having layers. That is the reason majority of professionals will tell you that AutoCAD works in layers. So as I'm having this, the AutoCAD CPU will have understand to be my wall because I'm having it under my wall layer. But you observe here, I'm having what? This is actually a mistake from the architect part. But let me open another project to justify that. Control O. Here is the mansion plan. As I'm having this, my AutoCAD layers I've said is under iFurniture, which means my AutoCAD software will understand this to be a furniture. Likewise this to be a door. Likewise this to be for a gym, or what is this? And likewise this to be a floor outline. And for the layer properties, it is where we control all the layers. Here we can filter our layers. Here we can create a new group of layers. Here is our layer state managers. You can create a new layer. You can freeze a layer. You can delete a layer, and you can set a layer to current. For in case now I'm clicking here, if I set it to current, what this implies is that anything I'm drawing now, if it's circle or I'm drawing a line, all this to my AutoCAD software to understand it to be a door. That is the concept of layers. So is from the layer properties we do modify or we do control our layers. Like now we're having our status here. The status indicates I'm under door layer. The names of my layer. Here is the on. You can turn off a layers. If turning off a layers implies you will switch it off in the entire project, it will be in the drawing, but it won't be visible. Likewise, frozen a layer, you can lock a layer so that it won't be editable. You can set the color, line types, line width, etc. We will use this a lot when we start our project. Here is just a quick access to to this layer property manager, and any object or any layer you are currently in will be shown here. Here is our turning off, as we've seen it in our layers properties. We use it a lot when we start our project in our next class. The next panel under our home tab is the block panel. Let me go back to our main drawing. So the next panel is the block. So you can insert a block. Everything here can be controlled by using our Control B. Likewise, our group. Grouping is similar to blocking. I rarely use it, but it functions almost the same thing. The next thing is our utility, where we have our measure. You can just take a measurement. Let me come back to our design. So by clicking my measure, so you can just take a measure here. Let's say from this place. Are you measuring the distance, radius, volume, etc.? And the next is the clipboard. Anything here can be accessed through our Control C and Control V, as we do use it in all software. And the last here is our view. Here is where we control our base point and the design unit, whether it's imperial or metric. But in our own part of the world, it works in metrics. That's how everything goes under our home tab. The next tab here is the insert tab. For me, I rarely use it, but if peradventure we need it, I will take you through later. And next is our annotation tab. Under our annotation tab, we have our text. On our text, we are having our drop down button. We have two types of text. We have a multi-line text and a single line text. What a multi-line text implies is that here is our multi-line text. You observe we can form as long as possible numbers of lines. If I press enter, I can still continue to do typing. But for a single line, I will only have a single line to type on. There is also a multi-line text. So you can convert a multi-line text to a single line text by exploding, as we learned it, which is somewhere in our home tab. Explode here. So I've turned it to a single line. So you observe now, if I continue to type, if I press enter, it will close it instead of giving me another line. So I can only have a single line. Yeah. The next is the standard, which is where we used to select our text style, as in AutoCAD. Likewise, we have our height, etc. We still have the drop down button here. We want to scale our drawing. And the next panel here is the dimension panel. For the dimension panel, this is where we control our dimension. This is the dimension I explained to you earlier that we should not use it. So this is where we control our dimension. This is our dimension manager, as we have it in our layer manager. And likewise, we have a linear dimension, quick line. This one and this is almost the same thing. The next is our leader, which we will later talk about it. The next panel, the next menu here, anything from here, if peradventure we need, if peradventure we need it, I will later take you through. The next is the parametric, which I've never used it before. And for our view tab, we have our UCS. The UCS is where we control here, so you can switch it off and on. And our view cube, which is here, you can switch it off and on. For our navigation bar, this is our navigation bar. Here is it here, so you can switch it on and off. And for our viewport, by going through the drop down button here, you can create different kind of viewports you like and turn our view. These are our AutoCAD workspace to 3, to 4, to 5, to any of your preference. This aspect is basically based on your own need, but for me, I prefer a single viewport. You can name viewports, join viewports together, restore a viewport, etc. Under our palette, this for sheet set manager, this will be an entire class on its own. But for our switch window, here is it. Here's our switch window. We might start drawing. This is our switch window. For our file tabs, this is a file tab on its own, another tab on its own. You can switch it on or off here. For our layout tab, which is here, you can switch it on or off. We can tile our window horizontally or vertically, etc. So let's just close the rest so that we'll be able to access our window back. And the next tab is the manage tab, which I've never used anything here. But for our output, it will be after we've concluded our design. While our add-in are just third-party plugins for our AutoCAD. In case you have a third-party application you are using, for example, now this firefighting, I do use it for the sprinkler design, this one for my electrical designs, etc. I have plethora plugins, just that I have to uninstall most of them to have a flow with this our class. Why the next is the A360. It's just an online community designed by AutoCAD. But for our express tools, I would rather advise not to dare it now. But here we have our convert to mtext, which simply means in case this is our line we did the other time, which was a single line, so you can convert it to multiple line. That's what it implies. We'll be coming back to this section when required. Our featured app, this is just an inbuilt app designed by AutoCAD. Beam 360, you don't need it. Performance, you don't need it. So that's all for our AutoCAD interface. By now you're supposed to have been drafting a little, which by next class we'll start our MEP tutorial. Hope you find this video interesting. Please like it, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. Have a great day and be safe. Thank you.